if you had just a small number of tips for beginners or for people who think it's just seems overwhelming and they don't feel like they can even get started. If you had just a small number of things, maybe like 3 things, what would be like the first 3 things you would want to tell people about how to be successful or how to like overcome the mental obstacle of, using fasting?
Yeah. So the first thing is just don't snack. It really doesn't matter how many meals you're eating a day, 1, 2, or 3. Just don't snack between meals. So if you're brand new to fasting, not sure where to start, or you really want to take things slow, cut out snacks. People actually find it easier to cut out meals than to cut out snacks. And it's the snacking is almost worse in many factors because the foods that we typically snack on are processed and refined versus meals sort of being more real whole foods, especially for cooking at home. So just don't snack. Just cut it out. It doesn't mean, even if they're healthy foods, it doesn't mean that you couldn't have those nuts or those olives or that cheese. Just have it with your meals instead. So I'm not necessarily telling people to eat less, just eat less often. That's the best place to start. And then one of the best things you can do is every morning have a pinch of salt in your glass of water. This can really help curb afternoon hunger, especially, and help kill a lot of that snacking that happens. So many people, when they try to fast or try to go low carb, they wait till they don't feel well to start hydrating properly, but start your day off hydrated properly. And hydration isn't just water, it's water and electrolytes. And, the gateway keeper of all of those electrolytes is sodium. So just water with a pinch of salt. I'm talking like a quarter of a teaspoon, nothing wild. That can make a huge difference in your appetite later on throughout the day. So hydrating early, and even if you just do it in the morning, it's still hugely impactful. And then the third thing that I would recommend is just really trying to eat earlier in the evening. If dinner is a meal that you are going to continue to have, just try to have it sooner when you get home. This way you avoid snacking after work or after school when you get home, and you're having that satiating meal earlier on, and it will allow for more time for digestion before you go to bed. We really want to make sure we've done the bulk of digestion before we go to sleep. It's good. It helps us keep our blood glucose down and our insulin down, but it also will promote more rest while we're sleeping. So when we're sleeping, we're actually able to rest and restore rather than just digesting the whole time. So it will reduce the overall stress load on our body quite significantly, even if it's only by 30 minutes. Like even if you can only move dinner from 7:30 to 7, that is still really profound. So trying to get that last meal of the day, move it up earlier on, as early as you can comfortably, will have a really big difference in your results.
Wow. Yeah, those sound like some really good tips. So I've talked about a couple of those things, and you kind of inspired me to really focus on the not snacking part as a first step, because it really makes a lot of sense to me once I think about it. It's just kind of not that it's easy to do, but it's an easier concept and a good first step to just kind of get used to going a little while without food sometimes.